So Bolu is a 13-year-old singer-songwriter from Canada who between March and June of 2020 wrote two songs on important issues as we know, the coronavirus and the Black Lives Matter movement. Her latter song titled Make It Right as the 2020 What Have You Become and goes on to ask, why are people so cruel? Touching on the listeners and her gentle call to action. Welcome, Queen, little Queen. I call all ladies queens, and you are a
Thank,
young queen.
good
Thank you
morning.
for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You are just out there just doing it and just making all the adults look bad.
I-
You're making all the older people have to get up and take some action here. So I am just so proud of you before we even start. I just, when I seen that you were coming on the show and reading and listening to your music and your song, especially about Make It Right, it's like you're just from like a different generation just came in and said, look, you got to get this together. You got to listen to what I got to say. So maybe towards the end, you might be able to sing just a little bit of
Okay,
Make It Right.
for sure.
Hopefully, if you feel comfortable. But let's just get into asking some questions from you because this is, I guess I'm amazed. This is, you're blowing my mind right now. So
Thank you.
now, like I said, at your age and being this amazing singer, as I keep saying, please explain what inspired you to do what you do and wanted to sing and take on this journey.
Okay. Well, I always love to sing. I sing. I've been singing for like so long, so I've always like just wanted to find ways to inspire people and like teach people in a way about
Mm,
things and like what's going around in the world because there's a lot we wouldn't know a lot of stuff if it wasn't for people sharing stuff. So what I did is I wanted to sing, and yeah, I used my music to share different stories and different
mm.
perspectives that I have on different things. So yeah, I just wanted to share it with the world.
That's so awesome. Your voice is so beautiful. Like I said, I listened to them songs just the other day, and it's not just only the singing that you're singing, but you have power behind it, and there's a meaning for it. So going right into that, I know you wrote the two powerful songs concerning what the world is dealing with right now. We have the virus, unfortunately, and then Black Lives Matter, which is the whole injustice what's going on in the world, as you can see. So, what made you use your voice, especially at the, like I said, age of 13, to just say, you know what, I'm not only going to sing and write, but there's a movement behind here. So, what made you just say, I need to do this?
Okay, well, for my first, like the coronavirus song, what made me want to write that one is I just wanted everyone to know that we're all in this together and that they should, like, do the right things and try to stay safe to the best of their ability. And yeah, so that's the reasoning behind that one. And then for Make It Right, I was just seeing everything that's going on, and it's mind-boggling because it's been going on for like generations to generations, and it's still the same thing's happening, and you would think it'd get better, but I just enough is enough. And I saw all the riots and everything just going on, and I was like, this is not it, this is not right.
Yeah.
We need to get better, we need to change, and we need to actually start loving each other, become a community, and just spread love and kindness, because that's the only way that we can get better and heal. So I wrote a song and I put it on YouTube, hoping that people would see it and hoping that people would get the message I wanted them to take away from it, and they'd understand it and they'd feel the pain, or they can't even feel the pain, partially the pain of what people have been going through. So that was my reasoning behind that one.
Wow, wow. I just, yeah, it is sad. I mean, just for you, I know you're looking at this on TV, you're hearing the news because it's all over, and and people are dying from this. So, with you being your generation, now, what would you tell, your age group in all generations, not just your age group, what do you think needs to happen to kind of make this change, to kind of change it from, like you said, showing the love and everything? What do you think really needs to be done?
I think we need to accept what happened in the past and what's continuing to happen, and we need to really just understand. Everyone needs to just understand what's happening and not like look at it as just something, another thing happening. And we need to, you know, take notice of it, even more notice, and then that's when you can start forgiving and, you know, spreading love and healing. And yeah, so I think the first step is to just acknowledge, then, you know, then you can forgive and then you can heal.
Now, I know you have other your friends and everything that you hang around with. Do you like talk? Do you all have like those type of talks and kind of make some changes like within like when you go to school or I know you're probably I don't know if you're homeschooled right now, but
Yeah.
do you have those conversations with your friends to get them to understand that as well?
Well, not really. Like, I mean, we do the typical, like, just being kind to your teacher and classmates, but no, not necessarily those type of conversations.
Now, do you think because since you're doing this, because you are, believe me, you're doing a movement here, you are making a big change. So, do they say things to you because it's like this is different than like you said, the normal day that you would talk to your friends. What do they say to you by what you're doing, as far as your music and
They're
saying,
really, oh, sorry, they're
oh,
really,
no, go ahead.
yeah, it's great. Some of my friends commented on my videos and on my songs, so it's amazing. Honestly, they're really supportive, and I love them. So yeah.
Oh, they totally understand why you're doing it. I mean, you're a beautiful singer, but they understand that there is a meaning behind it as well, right? Awesome, awesome. So now again, making such a big change at your age, truly teaching us, and like I said earlier, you're teaching adults how to
Yeah.
stand our truth and how to stand and to go out there, to believe the changes need to happen in the world. What would some of your future goals look like? I mean, I know you're 13 years, so you have a long way to go with a
Long
lot of
path.
things. So
Long path.
what is like one or two things that you're thinking about, moving ahead of what you're doing now?
Okay, let me say three. So something closer is just continuing to write more songs, you know, music videos, remixes, continue continuing to inspire people with my music and writing about more messages and different things. And then number two is probably hopefully to get bigger and continue to inspire people kind of around the same thing. Get into the high school I want. Yeah, and then number three is probably to become a pilot. I do air cadet. That's one
Hmm.
of my like big goals. Yeah, that's my
You
job I want.
you, you want to be a pilot when you get older?
Yeah, yes, I.
Oh my God, look at you. So now what inspired you? Now you got me asking another question. Now, what inspired you to say, I want to be a pilot when I get older?
When I was 6 years old, actually, we went on a plane. It was to South Africa to go visit my family members, and I just loved everything about it. And when I got older, I went to like programs, Girls Take Fright, and Jazz, different incorporations to like help you advance your knowledge on aircrafts, and just I got to do a airplane simulation, which was amazing. But someone told me that going on a plane, you can't really get the full experience just because you know you're with different people on like a commercial plane. So then I got to go on a private plane, and yeah, it was amazing. It was with my mom too, and she was like, "Ooh," because you know when it's going down, it's a little bit more shaky. You can feel it more, but it was.
Mhm.
I loved it. So I.
Wow. I know your mother was like, I can't believe that we're on this plane. So I know
Yeah.
there's not too many. Now I'm thinking there's not that many women pilots out there. So you would be making another huge change. I think that's like your middle name now. You're just a movement and you just say, there's going to be some change. I don't care what people say. I'm here to just put it out there. You're an advocate for change and I'm loving every minute because we need to multiply you. We really do. We need to multiply you and have other young ladies out there doing what you're doing. So I wish the best for you about what you want to do as far as being a pilot because like I said, I don't think there's that many ladies out there. So you'd be taking on another change to head on so people can say, you know what, maybe I could do it too. She did it, I could do it.
That's for inspiring people to reach out and do their dreams.
Yes, yes, yes. So now, what would you say? Now, I know singing is one of them, but what would you say is one of your other superpowers that you have,
Nice.
and
Um,
why?
oh, one of my superpowers is probably I do public speaking as well. Yeah, so at school I used to do speeches, and when we go back to school later, I'm not sure if we're still going to do them, but I would do public speaking, and I'd move on into different levels, and yeah, so I think that's one of my strengths.
One of you, yeah, one of many of your superpowers, I can tell.
Yeah.
Now, which you're speaking, what kind of speaking public speaking do you do? Is it like more motivational or some
Yes, it's
history?
motivational based. So we all have to do a speech at my school. So you just have to choose a topic and kind of just, speak on it. So last year I spoke about just self love and feeling good in your own body. And yeah, people love that speech. So yeah.
See, now you're a speaker, you want to be a pilot. Boy, you're teaching us how to say stop all this hatred and stuff and start love and everything. I don't know. I don't know. After a little while, I'm not gonna be able to even talk to you. So I'm so glad that I can say today that I was able to interview your awesomeness, because you'll probably be like, I don't have time. I got so much stuff going on, people. And that's good. So now, before I ask this other question, would you mind singing just a little bit of one of your songs? Really good for you.
Okay. 2020, what have you become? I'm just wondering what's going on. Why are people so cruel? What was done to you? People preaching truth are getting ignored. Don't even know what to do anymore. Have they not realized that it's time to make it right? What am I seeing from my eyes? When will they just apologize? Enough of all this crime. Now it's time to make it right. 2020, what have you become? I'm just wondering what's going on. Why are people so cruel? What was done to you? People preaching truth, getting ignored. Don't even know what to do anymore. Have they not realized that it's time to make it right? What am I seeing from my eyes? When will they just apologize? Enough of all this crying. Now it's time to make it. Enough of wasted lives. This is wrong, no, it ain't fine. Can we all just stop for a fight and make it right? Yes, that song. Thank you.
No, thank you. That all. I mean, I was listening to it the other night because I brought it up to listen to it, and then when you're singing it, you can just hear
Yeah.
the soothing of the healing that's needed for this world. So thank you. Whew,
Thank you.
that's oh.
I'm glad you liked it.
Oh my God, did it? Glad I liked it. The whole world loves this, and
Oh,
just the words of saying, we need to make it right. We really need to make it right, and we need to. I mean, I always tell people we're to this point now. This level is there's no way, there's no other way but going
oh,
better instead of going back because we've been going back now. So it's time to move forward. And when people hear, music coming out of you and other young generation,
mm-hmm.
somewhere we have to tell ourselves we have to get it right. We have
Yeah.
to be better. So thank you so much for sharing your
Thank
gifts.
you for that.
Now, is there any last words that you would like to say to the audience? I mean,
Always.
I know I know the music alone said the last, but is there any last thing that you want to say to the audience?
I just want to say to whether you're young or old, there's no limit to not only, reaching your dreams, but speaking out. Because a lot of people are afraid of speaking out because they're afraid what other people will think. But, just ignore those other people. There will always be other people. Just keep doing what you're doing, keep loving what you're doing, and just stay passionate, just do what you want to do. And yeah, if you want to follow up with me, you can always follow up with me on my socials. I have Instagram, Facebook. Instagram's Bolu Sings One, as well as my Facebook, and my YouTube's Bolu Sings, capital B, capital S. So yeah, you can check out any of my socials. Even TikTok I have. So yeah.
Wonderful. I'm glad. It's funny. I was going to ask you about, how they can contact you, and you went right, flowed right into it. So, thank you for letting everybody know where they can contact you. And I'll also make sure when I post your interview that they know where to contact you, where to hear your lovely voice, and
Thank you.
see all what you're trying to do to make this world a much better place than what we need to make it. So, thank you so much, young queen.